Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for all your simulation news and goings on from the week that was. Alrighty, so this week we are starting out on the farm. So the grand guys over at Giant Software and Focus Home Interactive have released two new DLCs for Farming Simulator 2015. We've got the new Holland pack, which includes some rather interesting looking sort of material and stuff to sort of spread your crops and make sure, again, to harvest your crops and make sure they all come to fruition and you get the most value from your stock, as well as also the New Holland loader pack has also been released alongside it as well. The loader pack gives you some wheel loaders, some telehandlers, and all sorts of other fun stuff and interesting, a couple of new vehicles to add to your farming experience. So if farming's your thing, don't forget to head over this. Well, you probably already know, but don't forget to look in and check in on these and possibly look at grabbing them for your farming vehicle collection. Alrighty, moving on. So moving now from the farm onto the permanent way, as it was. The great guys over at Dovetail Games. Now they've released a few new add-ons for their Train Simulator 2015 in this week just gone. So they've released a new rail network. A new route add-on has been made. So it's the Weardale and Testdale network has been added on. Now this goes through the northeast of England and some of the oldest actual railway lines in there, dating back to the 1800s. So it's going through there and going through some beautiful picturesque countryside, some amazingly, really beautifully detailed and well rendered models there, including a couple of unique castles and just some great stuff. So over 100 miles of rail lines been added in. You got Durham City, Darlington, Wearhead, and Middleton and Tersdale is all in there as well. A couple of vehicles you can get there as well, so were recommended to be used with their other new release alongside it this week as well, the BR Class 105. So this train is a famous British livery, a famous British sort of stoic. Would stoic be the right word to describe it? Probably, but it's definitely a classic when it comes to British trains and stuff like that. So it's been around for many, many years, going back to the 1950s and going all the way through, modernised through the 1970s, and still in use right through up until the 1990s. So definitely an add-on to look at doing that one, to explore the northeastern English countryside as well. It'd be great to do that. If travelling around Germany though is more your thing, then Dovetail have also released the Deutsche Bahnhof BR120 locomotive as well. That's also been released. So this was designed originally to replace a previous model, the BR103, and designed to come through and sort of designed to start coming through in the 1970s and various different models and updates of that throughout the 80s and 90s. So it comes through with a couple of different liveries and stuff like that as well, and it also includes some scenarios, especially designed to work with one of the other add-ons. A lot of the add-ons and things like that do sort of relate together, which is a nice thing that I noticed about Dovetail. Yeah, it does basically buy other stuff, but you're probably going to have it anyway. But yeah, it's nice how all their add-ons seem to work very very beautifully well together as well. So you get a couple of scenarios specifically for the Rhine Railway routes as well as some more Steam Workshop scenarios that are built in with it as well. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up the permanent way as it was. Now we'll get on to the part that was usually my personal favourite, is getting on to the world of flight simulation. Now, for users of P3D 2.5, now there has been a hot fix has been released this week. Now, this is another hot fix for 2.5. So there's been quite a few hot fixes of 2.5 now. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but yeah, it seems that this latest one does correct a lot of issues with Sim Director and some Sim connection issues as well, which meant that things were not being pulled from the library correctly. So that hotfix is available from your login from the Prepared 3D website, or alternatively you can do the full download, re-download, and reinstall. On a side note, just from personal experience, don't do the hotfix. Do yes, okay, I know it's a nightmare of a download. You've got to re-download the entire damn product again, but you're far better off reinstalling like the whole thing than trying to do the hot fixes. The only times I've ever had trouble with my P3D installations has always been after a hot fix. and not redoing a full install from the ground up installation. So, as annoying and time consuming as it is, I do recommend that you seriously consider doing the full install instance as opposed to the hot fix. All right, in other new releases we've got coming out as well. So we've got the R66 turbine has been released from Alabeo for FSX Steam Edition. So it's been updated and brought over onto Steam and is now available through the Steam store. In other new releases for FSX Steam Edition, we've also had another one from Alabeo, the beautiful Piper PA38 Tomahawk 2. Now that has also been released and is now available to add to your library, along with the Stornoway Airport from the wonderful guys over at Sims 720. This is also now available for FSX Steam Edition for direct purchase through the Steam client. As a side note, Stornoway Airport was actually already Steam Edition compatible. One of the things I've really always sort of spouted and always liked about the guys over at Sims 720 is the fact that they very much stayed on top of trends and things that were happening, and pretty much from the day Steam Edition came out, they worked fervently to make sure that all their products were Steam Edition compatible, and all their installers actually were updated fairly shortly after the Steam Edition release and actually made compatible with it. So if you had bought it from Sims 720, you'll get it. But if you haven't picked it up and you want the ease of getting it through Steam Edition, you can now do that as well. In a couple of upcoming newses for F6 Steam Edition as well. So Dovetail and Orbix had previously announced that they were partnering to bring some of the Orbix add-ons to the Orbix collection to Steam Edition. But now they've announced that they're going to be releasing their first exclusive Orbix add-on will be released for F6 Steam Edition in the coming months. Now, we're hoping to see that. I believe Amy did sort of hint that we are looking at probably a August release as part of their Twitch feed that came through last week. But yeah, we are looking at as a new airport and a beautiful new area for the Friday Harley, the default scenery that you always load into for FSX. So we are looking at a beautiful new airport and photoreal coverage for that area, and it's going to be really nice to see. And it's really great to see that Orbix products finally coming to Steam Edition as well. We can only hope that for those of us who bought all our Orbix pre-Steam Edition, that they might start putting installers or maybe even associate files. So like the old prepared sort of toggle thing that Orbix used to have. It'd be nice to have that for that as well. Additionally, you would have seen in a few weeks ago in my announcement that I did release that the Fokker F27 was released for FSX. That will also be making its appearance in Steam Edition guys very shortly. Again, about the same time, around about an August release as well. For upcoming things as well, Sim 720 have also confirmed, and Dovetail Games have confirmed that the Carnarvon Airport and Augusta Airports, both of which I've reviewed on my channel. Don't forget to, if you do want interested in those products, to have a look through my channel and have a look at those reviews. As well as their Catalina Airport will be coming to Steam Edition very, very shortly. In other FSX release news, so the long-awaited Just Flight Tornado GL1 is out. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. It really is. Look out for my review of that coming out very shortly. Haven't had a lot of time to play in it yet, but it's everything it was going to be cracked up to be. It's amazing. It really, really is. Yes, look out for that. Look out for that review for me coming out very soon. As well as that, you can look forward to a review of the R66 and the Tomahawk 2 will be coming out from me in the upcoming days and weeks ahead. Well, folks, that pretty much wraps up the simulation news from the week that was. Sorry, I do apologise. I forgot one last thing. Almost forgot it. So the Bill Womack, the man who sort of founded iBlue Yonder, one of the recent startup companies in scenery design. He's actually going to be releasing a scenery package. Their first sort of they announced that they've got a first upcoming official release package is going to come out. But they're also putting out a free one to everyone who subscribes to their newsletter. So no cost, no charge or anything. Just subscribe to their newsletter. Help so show your support for this great new startup company. Speaking of which, it's funny, they had actually done a lot of stuff for Orbix and other developers in the past. So yeah, their pedigree is very well established, and it's great to see them actually releasing stuff under their own name now. But yeah, they will be releasing a beautiful new release, which will be made available for free. It is slated to come out for the end of July. Hopefully, we'll be looking at that very soon. It's called the Heron's Nest. So it's a what-if scenario for a private bush airport on an island just off the New England region in the US, off the coast of Maine. Well, folks, as I said, that now does wrap up the NovaWrap for this week. Thanks very much for tuning in. Don't forget, as always, to like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos and want to see more on the channel. And as always, you can keep in touch with me and all the other things that I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright, folks, thanks very much for watching again. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.